Well, I think it really depends on the module and the nature of the subject. So, for example, I have assisted in teaching in biology. Now, that's very different to teaching in political science or psychology. For biology, my expectations are that I would be given the lab script before teaching so that I'm very familiar with it. I'm able to assist the students as they need me to assist them. And I think if I'm teaching in political science, for example, or international relations, then I would like to have the textbook available to me so I can be thorough about the theory, the literature, the practice, so that when undergraduate students do ask me questions, I'm very well prepared. In addition to that, I also look at external sources. So I will go on the web, I will look at, just do a simple Google search about the topic. And I also like to prepare my own notes. So I'll make a list of the topics that I want to cover. And in addition to the learning outcomes that are given in, say, the module handbook, I also like to prepare an additional set of learning outcomes that I care about and I think the students would benefit from, because I think that as a seminar leader, as a demonstrator, I should also bring some of my knowledge to the picture. And so that's basically how I prepare. So an average teaching day for me, I usually have multiple seminars, I would say, because if I'm teaching an undergraduate module, say in international relations, then it's going to be, and if it's an introductory module, then it's going to be multiple seminars during the week. So at times I will have maybe 2 or even 3 seminars in a day. But on average, I would say it's about 1 seminar or 2 seminars. I would say on average, it's about 3 seminars or 4 seminars a week, spread across the week. But an average day would be maybe there's 1 seminar, I come into the office, I prepare for it, I spend maybe 1 hour, 2 hours reading through the materials, preparing the materials, and then figuring out how I'm going to present the materials. I like to have a dynamic approach when I'm presenting the materials, so I would like some participation and involvement from undergraduate students. So I will do a presentation or I will have an activity for them prepared, which may not be a requirement, but I feel like it's helpful in engaging that. So I'll do that. Then I do go ahead and I teach my seminar. I make myself available to the students if they have any additional questions, because I also feel that at times students may lack confidence to ask questions in the seminar, so I'll set that up for them, that I'm available via email. Then I'll just go back to my office, do my PhD work, do my other projects. So that's a typical day for me. Well, the biggest thing that it has taught me is that undergraduate students are very curious and they really care about learning. That's why they're here. And it makes you really want to give them the best that you can give them, because some are international students, some are paying a lot to be here, some are maybe first timers going to uni and they don't know what to expect. So I think it's really important to take that into consideration and to really respect the fact that they're here on their own volition and they're attending your seminars because they care about the subject. But it has also taught me to be very careful and mindful of the language that I use, because I think people are definitely more politically aware and are more active, and with social media and with a lot of other considerations to take into account, you really have to be sensitive to the needs of the undergraduate community, and you really have to listen to them and not talk at them but talk with them, so you make them a participant in your seminars. At least that's what I've learned from the undergraduates. I think if you're communicating with a module lead, you should just set it up in the beginning that what your expectations are going to be. So what kind of communication do they like? Do they like you to come to their office and have a meeting? Do they prefer being on email? Or if you have a closer relationship, maybe some other way of communicating can be figured out. But I think the essential aspect is that from the very beginning, you set up how you're going to communicate and what you're going to communicate about. Because at times there may be certain questions or certain things that you really can resolve on your own and you may not need to depend on a module lead for. But if it's like the larger learning outcomes of a class, or having access to lectures, or asking them what kind of message they want you to deliver in the seminar, then it's really important to have that sorted and that communication established.